The purpose of this communication is to provide factual information to the viewers regarding the negotiation process for our teacher's contract. I want to begin by clearly stating that we are extremely fortunate to have the teaching staff that we have in our Nazareth area school district. Our teachers are extremely dedicated to the educational process of our students. Through their own endeavors and the professional development that we have in place, our teachers are well above the curve when it comes to district, state, and federal initiatives. To this extent, it is extremely important to me and our school board to have a contract that will continue to attract the best individuals in the teaching profession and maintain their employment here, while keeping in mind the economic issues that surround us. In moving forward, all of these factors need to be taken into consideration to develop a fair contract for all. The negotiation process began in October of 2014. Various meetings were held since that time. However, I am going to focus on the events that took place since Thursday, October 15th, 2015, in which the negotiations went until approximately 1:30 in the morning and continued the next day, Friday, October 16th. On that Friday, both sides were very happy to announce that an agreement in principle was reached. In the district's view, we have reached consensus and can move forward. Much to our surprise, that was not the case by part of the teachers' union representation. So let me begin by discussing salaries. To do this, it is extremely important to understand where we have been with salary schedules. Our last contract, which was a 4-year contract, used the concept we call the pot of dollars. Basically, the district would take the total salaries and multiply it by the negotiated percentage. This increase would then be given to the association to determine where the dollars would be placed on the salary schedule, subject to final board approval. For the last 4 years, the percentage increase was 3.75% for each year. This percentage alone is significant based on the economic challenges our area has faced. However, from the district's perspective, we were able to budget salaries based on the 3.75% increase. The pot of dollars would not increase unless the district elected to add additional staff. The cost for additional staff would be added to the 3.75%. What many individuals do not realize or know is that in addition to the 3.75%, the association was able to add to the pot of dollars the attritional savings. Attritional savings take place when a teacher being paid at a higher salary is replaced by a new or less experienced teacher at a lower salary. The difference between the two salaries is called the attritional savings. The attritional savings for 2012-2013 were $170,270, or 0.82%. The savings for 2013-2014 were $188,277, or 0.89%. The savings for 2014-2015 were $210,257, or 0.96%. Therefore, the actual percentage that the association had to distribute over the pot of dollars for the last 3 years has been 4.57%, 4.64%, and 4.71% respectively. Based on these numbers, I believe it is important for everyone to also understand where we are in respect to other school districts. I have put together a chart that reflects our salary schedule compared to other school districts for the 2014-2015 school year. This document is titled Public Report, Salary Comparisons 2014-2015. This document can be found on the district website. Let me take you through an abbreviated salary comparison for school districts. In contract negotiations, a typical focus is on the Career Max. Career Max is usually the top step of the Master's column. The chart that I have put together illustrates the Career Max salaries for districts in IU 20 and 21. You will see that currently our Career Max is $90,004. This is approximately $4,500 ahead of the next Career Max. You will also see in several school districts that the Career Max does not increase from 2015-16 to 2016-17. And in our case, if the salaries were frozen, our Career Max would remain higher than other salaries. I have also posted on the website a document titled Public Report Salary Comparison 2015-2016. This document provides our viewers with the negotiated salary of surrounding school districts. I also believe it is very important for everyone to know that for the 2015-2016 school year, our custodial maintenance group, our secretary and support group, our Act 93 administrators, and myself all agreed to a freeze in our salaries. Through the negotiation process, the teachers were asked to do the same. However, an agreement with the 0% for this year was never obtained. On Thursday, October 15th, both parties met to continue to work towards a resolution. During this session, it was agreed that the salary schedules would be built and placed into the contract for each year. At that time, the percentages that were agreed to were 2.64% for year 1, 3.35% for year 2, 3.35% for year 3, 3.35% for year 4, and 3.35% for year 5. By defining salary schedules, the attritional savings going back to the association would not take place. Negotiations stopped on Thursday evening into Friday morning over issues dealing with professional development hours. However, on Friday, October 16th, members from both negotiating parties met and the district made further concessions not only to professional development hours, but also by increasing the salary percentages to 3.4% and 3.5% for years 4 and 5 of the contract. In addition, the association requested a one-time $500 amount be awarded to individuals that were on Step 16 during the 2014-2015 school year. The district agreed to make the concession. While these percentages are lower than the fact finder's recommendation, the district has also agreed to extend the contract to a 5-year agreement. All of the information I just presented was a part of the agreement in principle that was reached on October 16th. The district has not rescinded their offer. However, the association wishes to continue to negotiate over the attritional savings, which is in conflict with the agreement in principle. I feel that looking at the current salary schedules and comparing these numbers with other districts in conjunction with the percentage increases that were agreed to, one would conclude that these numbers are fair and address all the components I have mentioned at the beginning of this video. The salary schedules can be found on pages 4 through 8 of the district's final offer, which is available on the website. The second issue in most contracts is health care. The district's cost for health care has continued to increase over the years. We believe it is very important to provide our employees with a quality health care program. From the beginning of the negotiation process, the district has had the desire to implement a PPO program. Our initial proposal would have eliminated the traditional plan after year 1. However, through negotiations, we have agreed to allow the traditional plan to be available throughout the term of the contract and give employees the option of moving to a PPO. The premium shares for the PPO would be calculated based on 7% of our COBRA rate. The COBRA rate is determined by the actuary for our healthcare trust. The employee premium contribution for the traditional plan then becomes a buy-up from the PPO employee contribution. The plan for employee contribution is different than the proposal from the fact finder's recommendation. Currently, the premium share rate for single individuals is $42.48 per pay. Under the fact finder's recommendation, the premium share rate for single coverage would increase to $88.79 per pay. Under our proposal for year one, single premium shares would increase to $47.69 per pay for the traditional plan and would be reduced to $17.72 per pay for the PPO. Under the current formula, there are two tiers, single and family. Under our proposal, we have implemented a 5-tier plan. In doing so, a much fairer premium share calculation can be derived based on the individual's family situation. As you can see, the proposal for health care presented by the district is actually more cost-effective for the teachers. For family, the current rate is $54.01 per pay. Under the fact finder's recommendation, this rate would increase to $90.77 per pay. Under our proposal, the premium share for individuals that elect to remain under the traditional plan would increase to $133.51 per pay, and under the PPO plan would decrease to $49.61 per pay. All the rates in respect to each tier can be found on pages 19 and 20 of the district's final offer, which is again available on the district's website. It is obvious that a PPO plan may not be the best choice for all employees, just as the traditional plan may not be the best choice for all employees. In our proposal, we wish to give our employees the choice and provide a 5-tier plan which is more equitable and fair for everyone. The association is concerned that the traditional plan will ultimately price itself out and may be eliminated in the next contract. However, this is something to negotiate as we reach the end of this contract proposal. Once again, our position, which was agreed to by both parties in the agreement in principle, has not changed since that time. As you can see, the proposal for health care presented by the district is actually more cost-effective for numerous teachers. The district is very proud of our academic success. Obviously, teachers play a major factor in that success. Part of that success is due to the numerous full-time and part-time learning specialists the district has in place. These individuals are critical in the development, implementation, and monitoring of educational programs. While many school districts have had to cut these positions, we have been able to maintain them in our district. However, the district has proposed eliminating the stipend that full-time learning specialists who do not have classroom assignments receive yearly. Although we value these individuals, their contractual obligations are no different than any other professional employee. We have included in our proposal new rates for these individuals as they would move forward in this capacity for work performed above the contractual day. In addition, we have proposed new hourly rates for professional development and curriculum writing projects for all staff members. On October 16th, prior to the agreement in principle being secured, the district increased the rates, with final numbers being $42 per hour for 2015-2016, $43 per hour for 2016-2017, and $44 per hour for the next 3 years of the contract. We feel these rates are very competitive in comparison with other school districts. Other concessions that the district made were to reduce the number of face-to-face professional development hours. The district has also agreed to allow individuals to use 5 of their 10 sick days as family sick days. And the district further agreed to add stepfather, stepmother, stepson, stepdaughter, stepbrother, and stepsister to the bereavement language. In addition, the agreement in principle clarified the definition for long-term substitutes. The definition for long-term substitutes was increased from 45 days to 70 days. This is reflective of the Pennsylvania Department of Education's qualifying period. The district agreed to place long-term substitutes on a column within the salary matrix that reflect the credit and/or degree that an individual has obtained. The district, through the agreement in principle, has also added pre-approval language for courses taken in order to receive tuition reimbursement, and at the same time has added higher payback percentages for individuals that elect to leave the district after being reimbursed for the course. The fact finder recommended language in which reimbursement would not be sought in this area. The district has added this language to the contract and made further concessions in this area after the agreement in principle was reached. In the area of final year's salary, both sides agreed to cap language. The cap language is a maximum amount that an individual would receive when retiring from the district. The cap language would become effective during the 2018-2019 school year. The cap language provides no penalty for any individual currently working in the district serving 35 years. This issue and all of the issues above were outlined in the agreement in principle. All of the items that I have stated were discussed and documented through the negotiation process, which led us to an agreement in principle. There are some other changes in the contract. For instance, FMLA, Family Medical Leave Days, and sick days will now run concurrent. FMLA days will not start after an individual exhausts his or her sick days. The method of payment language has been modified to reflect the current practice. The personal leave language has been modified to reflect the current practice. Under jury duty, individuals no longer need to turn their compensation into the district. The dues deduction language has been changed to reflect the current practice. The hours of professional development have not been reduced. However, 6 hours of that time will be given in recognition for the work teachers do with their professional portfolios. The required work year has not changed. However, the 3 volunteer in-service days are now mandatory and have been spread out throughout the beginning of the first several months of the school year. Thus, the overall work year is now abbreviated to start on Tuesday instead of a Monday. In the area of extra pay for extra duty, we have developed a base amount which all coaches are compensated from. The base and the percentages are competitive to those in our conference. For school EPID activities, salaries would be frozen for this year, and the value of points will increase by $3 each year thereafter. This covers the majority of the major changes within the agreement of principle. Once again, since Friday, October 16th, several meetings were held for clarification of the terms outlined in the agreement in principle. A meeting was held on November 11th in which the majority of the contract language was reviewed and discussed in respect to the agreement in principle. On November 17th, a meeting was held to further clarify language, at which time the representatives from the association wanted to negotiate different terms in respect to salary schedules. These terms were significantly different than what was agreed to in the previous sessions and reflective in the agreement in principle. On the evening of November 17th, the school board canceled the personnel committee meeting and invited the association to return to the table to continue to clarify what was clearly discussed and agreed to in respect to salary schedules. The only issue that appeared to be unresolved was the time period for the construction of the salary schedules, which reflects back on the attritional savings I discussed earlier. Once again, the district held firm on the language that was agreed to in the agreement in principle. The district, through these meetings, made several positive concessions and have not taken away any of the terms and conditions as outlined in the agreement in principle. A final proposal was made on December 4th, in which the association was asked to respond by December 14th. The complete final proposal can also be found on our website. Thank you.